Greetings to all my fellow watch enthusiasts on YouTube and Facebook and wherever else this video is being seen and shared. Salute Driver once again, bringing to you another unboxing and review of a watch that is obviously unboxed, but is also not mine. This watch was loaned into the channel by a gentleman who I am going to butcher this first name, and I know he's probably watching, and I apologize profusely. I believe it's pronounced Shreys. S-H-R-E-Y-A-S. Shreys. I'm going to go with that because that's what it looks like to my dumb American brain. He is better known on YouTube as BeansAndBezels. I'll put a link in the description of his channel. Looks like a pretty good channel. I've already subbed up to it. And looks like he's doing some good work, doing some good reviews. You should definitely check it out. But he loaned this watch into the channel after I saw it on his channel. He said, would you like to take a look at it? And I said, absolutely. Looks like a very interesting watch. And he sent over this Hemel. This is a Hemel GMT bezeled night ops. It's actually, the model number is HFT Harry Frank Tom HFT20 GMT bezel. There are two bezel options. You have GMT bezel or die bezel, and this is the night ops version with the black stainless steel case and the black dial and black leather strap. Very nice watch. I think it's fairly new. I mean, this strap is pretty stiff. When I first put it on, it didn't want to really bend very much. It's gotten a little better as I've worn it. But I think this watch is pretty new. There's no obvious signs of wear from the owner. So I really appreciate him loaning me. Essentially, looks like it's a brand new watch. This is a Mecha Quartz movement, a VK64. I believe that's a Seiko. In fact, I know it's a Seiko. VK64 Mecha Quartz movement. It's a chronograph, and I'll get it running so you can see that. The orange second hand there is the running seconds hand, not the constant. In fact, there is no constant second hand here, and I'll get to that in a minute. The dial at the 3 o'clock position is a 24-hour indicator. The dial at the 9 o'clock position is the minute counter, and you can see it is a full 60-minute counter, which is somewhat rare with respect to chronographs. They usually give you 30 minutes and that's it. The bezel is a unidirectional, 120 click. It's obviously, this being fairly new, it's pretty stiff, but it lines up very nicely. As you can see, it lines up with the minute hand. Of course, I'm going to put it back to the 12 o'clock position because, you know, reasons. And you can see the minute indicator is moved as we've crossed the 1 minute mark. And a very nice sport watch. Got a very nice detail there with the rivets. Well, not really rivets, but screwed in riveting thing there. It's really a show rivet. You know, the bracelet is held on with conventional spring bars. I'm going to put it on here, and I'm going to see if I can actually get it into the keeper this time, and I did. Hey, how about that? It is loosening up a bit. So there you go. I have it on my wrist now. You can see it fits very nicely on my 7¼ inch wrist. You can see the overhead shot, cuff shot, down the barrel shot. The lugs are pretty long. I know it's kind of hard to see because they're black and this camera doesn't have an external light. You can see that the lug to lug, which is about there, that goes right across my wrist fairly completely. I probably would say with the lug to lug on this thing, anything below a 6½ inch wrist, it's probably not gonna look quite right. But it is a very lightweight watch. It's very wearable. Pardon me. And looks good. I mean, it looks like a fantastic sports watch, which is how it's marketed, especially when you pair it with a dive bezel, which is an option. It's a no-cost option. You can, at the time you buy this watch on their website, you can choose that. And I'll leave a link to the company website as well in the description. I do apologize if you hear a lawn leaf blower in the background. It is lawn maintenance day here at the old homestead. I live in a townhouse, so it's done for me. I hate yard work. I'm really no good at it. And you may or may not be able to hear that, but they're at my front door right now. Anyway, carrying on. I do have my sheet of facts here. See, facts. My notes, so we can go over the specifics of this watch together. This is, as I said, the Hemel HFT20 with the Night Ops version with the GMT style bezel, although of course there's no GMT hand here, and it's a unidirectional bezel, but it does, you could track a second time zone with this if you wanted to. It does use the VK64 Seiko Mecha Quartz movement. The one downside to this watch, and before I go on, I'll just make a note of this here, is the lack of a seconds hand. Now, if it were me and I was choosing this watch to build, I would have chosen either to put a running second hand here or add a third subdial, because without a date function here, what is the purpose of a 24-hour indicator? There is none. And I know the VK64 can handle 3 subdial option because it's the same. I've seen it before on VK64 movements used with 3 subdials, I believe. And if I'm wrong about that, I'm sure someone will tell me in the comments. But even if I am wrong about it being able to support 3 subdials, why not? If they only support 2, why not make one of them a constant second hand? I mean, I have no indication that this watch is running if the chronograph is not running, and we can stop this, and you can watch that it is a flyback. Now I have no indication that the watch is running. How do I know the watch is running? I don't. Unless I see the minute hand move, I have to sit here and watch it. I have no indication that the watch is actually working, and that to me is a ding. That's a negative. Now that might be a minor thing to most people, but to me that's something major. Let's see. The case is 316L stainless. It is black. I couldn't find out if this is, the website says black stainless steel. I don't know if this is a coating or what. I assume it's a coating. Maybe it's DLC, maybe it's something else, but all it says on the website is black stainless. So if somebody knows if this is a coating, what kind of coating, if you put it in the comments, that would be very much appreciated by myself and by potential buyers. 42mm diameter case, right in my sweet spot. 20mm lug, 49mm on the tip to tip, 13.4 millimeter thick to a flat sapphire crystal. Screw down case back with the Hemel logo, all that good stuff. Let's see, 100-meter water resistance, so it is a swimmable watch. This is not a screw-down crown. It is also marketed as a dive-style watch, so I don't know about its diveability. Probably get away with snorkeling with it. You might want to pair it with something other than a leather strap. See, well, I have it upside down, but it says genuine leather. I don't know. I don't believe this is waterproofed. So if you're going to take this thing swimming, I would put it on a rubber strap or find a black bracelet. I managed to find one for about $30 on Amazon. If you reference my video on, I believe it was on my Zelos Damascus swordfish, I believe there's a link on that video to that bracelet. If not, there was another watch I did. I can't remember, but there's a link on one of my other videos to that bracelet. It was a mesh style. It was very nice. 120 click bezel with a ceramic bezel insert. It is loomed bezel. The numbers are loomed. Unfortunately, I was not. I didn't think to capture that on in another video, but on the website there are pictures of this thing with a loom shot. Pardon me, a loom shot. So all in all, it's really a nice watch. Very reasonably priced watch too. Uses a VK64 movement, which is easily serviceable if something goes wrong with it. As a sports watch, it works very well. I personally would have a problem with the lack of a running constant seconds hand, but that's a minor thing. It may not be an issue to most people. It's an issue with me, but it's a minor one. So definitely, I would say this is a recommendable watch, and I really appreciate BeansAndBezels, aka Shreyas. I'm going to email him after I do this video, and I'm going to apologize profusely for mispronouncing his name. I'm sure I've done that, but I really appreciate him loading this watch in. It was fun to play with, and it is now going to go off to another YouTuber for them to play with. But meanwhile, if you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate you clicking that thumbs up button. That does help the channel. It does help with respect to the search algorithm that YouTube uses. The more searches, the more thumbs up a video gets, the more likely a video is going to appear in a search, and the more likes a video get in a search, the higher up on that search result the video will appear. So it does help with bringing people to the channel. Comments, questions, suggestions down below. I do read them all. I do respond to them all. However, as usual, if you are going to put links in my comment section that take people to bad places on the internet, or if you're going to be a troll, and yes, I have my share of them, and you're going to leave nasty little comments and otherwise make fun of myself or my other commenters, or, you know, my subject, the subjects I choose to talk about, in all circumstances, I will simply delete those comments and I will block the commenter. It literally takes 10 seconds to block you as a troll. So you're just wasting your time. You're not wasting mine. If you're new to the channel, of course, welcome. Glad you found my channel. I have, by this point, over 450 videos for you to watch on various subjects. Watch as many as you want. Watch them multiple times if you want. All I ask, before you leave, click the subscribe button. And when you do, click that bell icon so that when I upload new content, you are alerted to that. And when I do a live stream, which I do every Wednesday afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, or whenever time and opportunity allow, you will be alerted to that as well. Meanwhile, I thank you for coming by. Be careful out there. Stay safe, stay well, and I will see you in my next video.